I was born in Afghanistan. My parents are both from Afghanistan, and I'm the firstborn in my family. So in my dad's eyes, education is something that is really big. Education was always something that he wished that he had. Education was never something that I took for granted in my family. Like, I always wanted to learn and learn and learn. And as I learned, I taught my parents. And as my parents learned and I taught my sisters and my brothers, we never took education for granted.
If you designed a cockpit on average, then it actually fit nobody. Once the Air Force figured that out, they banned the use of averages in design, created flexible cockpits, and performance soared. The parallel to education is pretty straightforward. We're still the only industry left that encourages designing to averages, whether it's textbooks, assessments. We even fix the pace and sequence that kids learn, all based on what we know about kids on average. So no wonder we have performance problems in education, but we also know the way forward.
Education is a civil rights issue. That's a definitive fact. Education is the arena where Jim Crow prominently exists. My name is Albert Sykes. I was 11 when I walked into a classroom in my middle school that changed my life. My son is at that age where something can be introduced to him that'll change his life.
And so the state policy has been for many, many years, keep the cost of how much you're gonna pay people down in hopes that a small segment of society get more profit. But the only way you can do that is have a weak education system.
There isn't a bell curve of ability. There aren't only some kids that can do well. All kids can do well when you create highly favorable conditions. I'm literally dropping my lapel mic. What one kid can do, most kids can do. But you want to get there, you have to get rid of this bell curve thinking, because frankly, and that's why the bell curve is nonsense.
Bilingual education provides you with cognitive benefits and also what we would call sociocultural benefits. So learning a second language really helps you understand other people's perspectives.
Tonight, I invited some of my friends, a diverse, multi-generational group of teachers, entrepreneurs, politicians, and dreamers, over to my home for dinner to talk and to listen. The only common thread between us is that we care deeply about the future of education.
My school was predominantly white. I was one of the few black kids in my classroom. And sitting in this world history class and learning about Asia and the Ming Dynasty and the kings and queens of Europe and learning a little bit about American history. And I remember waiting anxiously to get to a conversation about civilizations on the continent of Africa. It was my opportunity to learn something about myself, and I would not have that opportunity, but also this wave of heat and just shame, I guess is a good word.
As a parent, we're supposed to protect our children. The history of my people I heard for, and I heard for my grandchildren and children who don't have a chance of getting the opportunity. As long as grandmama got breath in her, I'm gonna continue to fight.
Education is a right. Students like Deshawn, they come in, home life isn't the ideal home life that a lot of educators, a lot of adults think of.
Mom had strokes. She had 4 strokes. I can't stop strokes, so it's like, what can I do? And all she was always talking about was just graduate.
The Schools of Opportunity Project is particularly targeting the opportunity gap, not the achievement gap.
We just found out moments ago that Betsy DeVos was selected as Secretary of Education.
An advocate of school choice, she's often called an architect of Michigan's school system.
Never having been a teacher, she never attended or sent her children to public school.
Set to have her confirmation hearing before a Senate committee next week.
To let a privatizer take over public education. Nobody talks to the people in our community. You express your opinions about our community, but nobody talks to us about what should happen to our schools. We are afraid of equity. It's an act of cowardice to run towards privatization and to run away from equity. We are as far away from Brown v. Board as we were in 1957.
Seymour, I'm not sure I want to go to college anymore. Seymour was stunned. What do you mean? You've landed some great scholarship money. You have to go. Look, best friend, Sylvie said, my big sister left home to head to medical school last year. She's happy. That's great, but that's her journey. Me? I'm already doing what I love, and I love learning so much from everyone right here in the shipyard. This is me. Seymour understood. I hear you, Sil. Your mom's the best welder on the docks, and your dad can fix any boat engine that comes his way. Why not stay back and learn the trades with me? Sil, I'm the first in my family to get accepted to college. I don't want to disappoint them, though I'm not really sure where I'm headed. Sylvie reassured him. Sai, your heart is your compass. Just use it, and you'll navigate your way to the right place.
Many of the young people that I've worked with are young people that are facing and have faced major trauma in their lives.
Then before I even realized, he swung at me. Some of my friends just started fighting this guy. Other people came and they started fighting. So then everyone was fighting. I remember being so afraid that I couldn't even breathe. There was just so much commotion.
Gloria was one of the lucky ones. A lot of students that are pushed out and suspended or expelled and moved to different schools, they never bounce back.
If I could just see them all over and explain to them, I think that they would have made a whole nother choice. The solution was to have counselors come in and talk to us and say, hey, what's wrong? Let's actually kill the issue from the root before it gets bigger.